The funeral had already begun. Chairs filled, flags raised, cameras rolling, but outside the gate, an elderly black man stood frozen-eyed, entry ignored, erased. He held a crisp invitation and wore medals from wars most had only read about. Then, without a word, a four-star general left the podium, walked through rows of stunned guests, and saluted him in front of the world. What happened next left the crowd speechless and the internet on fire. This is the story of a salute that silenced racism. Comment your city. We want to know where you're watching from. James Holloway had seen many things in his 82 years war: segregation, progress, and pain. A retired army medic, he lived a quiet life now, spending mornings tending to his garden and afternoons reading letters from fellow veterans. He rarely left town. But today was different. Today he was traveling to honor the man who once carried him out of a burning field hospital under enemy fire. Four-star general who called James his brother-in-arms, dressed in his best suit, his medals pinned to his chest. James arrived early at the military cemetery. The sun was sharp, the air still. He adjusted his cap, heart steady but heavy. This was more than just a funeral, it was closure. But as he approached the main gate, something shifted. Two men in dress blues stepped forward, blocking his path. They didn't ask for his name. They didn't check the guest list. They just looked at his skin and shook their heads. James stood at the cemetery gate, medals glinting softly in the morning sun, but the soldiers guarding the entrance barely glanced at them. One stepped forward, hand raised. "This section is for family and invited guests only," he said flatly. James explained calmly, respectfully, that he had served with a general, that he'd received a personal invitation from the family. But the soldiers' eyes stayed cold. No list, no entry. Behind the gates, folding chairs were being set. The flag-draped casket gleamed under the white canopy. James could see it, he just couldn't reach it. Other guests passed by, white, well-dressed, nodding at the guards who waved them in without question. James tried again, this time showing his invitation. The guard didn't even look at it. "Sir, please step aside." People stared. A few whispered. No one spoke up. He took a step back, pride crumbling. The same uniform that had once saved lives. The same hands that patched soldiers together under fire. None of it mattered here. Not to them. He was an old black man standing outside a gate. He'd more than earned the right to enter. He turned to leave, shoulders heavy, dignity cracking, under the weight of humiliation. But before he could walk away, a silence fell across the crowd. From the far end of the field, a decorated figure in full uniform was moving fast, straight towards the gate. Toward him, and every soldier in the line turned to salute. The guards snapped to attention as the four-star general, stoic, commanding, marched straight past them. No words, no hesitation. He stopped in front of James, then did something no one expected. He saluted, not a casual nod, a full, rigid, military salute, eyes locked, spine straight. The crowd froze. Cameras flashed. And then, the general turned, raised his voice, and said, "He goes where I go." With that, he took James by the arm and walked him through the gates, past the stunned soldiers, and straight to the front row. A moment meant to shame had become one of honor. But the damage lingered. The silence of those who stood by, the faces that watched and said nothing. James sat down, but the weight of history sat with him. If you felt that moment hit your heart, give this story a like. It helps more people see the truth. After the ceremony, James didn't say much. He simply nodded, shook hands, and quietly left. But the image of a decorated general escorting a black war hero past a wall of silent prejudice traveled far beyond that cemetery. It lit up headlines. It lit a fire in conversations long overdue. James had come to mourn a brother in arms, but instead, he exposed a wound that still bleeds in the bones of this nation. A reminder that respect earned in battle can still be denied in peace if your skin is the wrong color. It wasn't just a funeral. It was a moment of reckoning, and it leaves us with a question too big to ignore. When honor isn't enough to earn dignity, what does that say about the country we claim to be? Share this story, reflect, and subscribe for more truths that need to be told.